Hello everyone and welcome to this video, which is in our Great Engine Middlegames series. I'm Grandmaster Matthew Sadler and this is just a little extra. It's from the TCEC Season 25 League 1. It's a game Seer against Seer-Viridithas. And I just came across the game coincidentally, but it just sort of struck me. So I just felt like showing it to you. So this position is, came up from a slightly offbeat opening, a sort of a Grunfeld where black never gets the chance to capture on c3. So white just ends up with two solid pawns in the centre, and black doesn't really have great possibilities to attack it. So, although I have to say that if I'd had to guess at the opening, I would have said something like an Alekin or something, but or a Slav, some sort of obscure Slav. I mean, white's got the two bishops here, double pawns, but the big problem for black is that this knight is on g4 rather than d5, where it would probably be most comfortable. It just means that these light squares are pretty exposed. However, yeah, double pawns, the kingside pawns are a little bit exposed. You could attack them with the queen, for example. Also, d4 is weak as well. In my engine games, I was seeing a mix of wins and draws. So basically, Stockfish can hold it as black for you, but the other engines were having a bit more difficulty. But that normally means that it's not quite lost. But in this position, Seer-Viridithas really went for some big counterplay. Just abandoned the pawn on c6 and played the move queen g7. And after rook takes c6, Seer was absolutely brave. Bishop takes h4 happened. And what's the point of that? Well, king h4 allows queen h6 check, and then king g3 is queen h2 is checkmate there. So that is all pretty interesting, and it looks quite serious because you've got queen h6 coming in, you've also got knight f2s coming in. I mean, there's quite a lot happening here. But bishop e6 was Seer's counter, and obviously you don't mind being forked and losing your rook here because you're attacking this one. And the nice thing about it is that if rook takes c6, now we go queen c6, and white's attacking the rook on the 8 as well as defending the bishop on the e6. So somehow that seems to work out perfectly. However, things are still not that clear. Queen e7 was Seer-Viridithas' choice. I mean, I noticed that there was a game of mine, Stockfish against Dragon. Rook d8, f3 was played, knight f2, king takes h4. Knight takes d1, king g3, bringing the king to safety, and then after knight takes b2, we go bishop a5. And the big problem here is that the black rook isn't getting anywhere active quickly, and white's got these monster two bishops with pass pawns coming in as well, and not completely obvious the way that Stockfish did this, but now the pawns coming into e7 with threatening e8. We've even got ideas of taking and then playing bishop d6 to e5. Yeah, the king's still worrying enough for me to sort of say, oh, are we sure about this? But with a little bit of engine precision, Stockfish found its way out of any difficulties, and e8 queen was coming in. So, two bishops, really the power of two bishops being demonstrated there, and the fact that the rook just can't get into play. Yeah, the queen and knight can't do everything for black. But Seer-Viridithas played queen e7, and now this very clever move, rook c1. So you're just stepping out of this fork, and if you take on here, we'll just take, and take on h4, and then the pawn on d5 will come through. So that's really, really clever. But Seer-Viridithas had something, an extra a string to its bow, because it played knight takes f2, king g2, knight e4. And now the result of that is the following, that you've not only chased the king away from attacking the bishop, but now your knight is attacking this bishop, and we're still attacking this bishop on the e6. So it really looks for all the world as if white's losing a piece. And that's absolutely true. Just played bishop a5, queen e6 takes, and then d5. And I was looking at this position, I was thinking, well, obviously I can imagine that that with the bishop hitting d8 and this pawn coming through, I can imagine that we're going to get one piece for this d pawn, but what about the rest somehow? Well, it turns out it's one of those horrific positions that not only is white going to get one piece for the pawn, actually white's going to get two pieces. It's just one of those slow-moving disasters where black just can't do anything to stop the full horror of it unfolding. I mean, you're threatening d7 and rook c8. That's the big problem. So, I mean, you've got to start giving material up in order to try and slow down the rush of pawns. You don't want to get, pawns, D and E pawns rushing through. But now, yeah, still to stop d7, rook c8. Well, the only thing that you can really think of is to go rook e3, d7, and rook g3, rook f3. You can't really stop it because if you go to d3, then I just go rook c8 and then I go d8 queen afterwards. It's that simple. So well, black played rook f3 and now d8 queen, and well, this was not going particularly well for black. Black didn't give up the sidestepped here. White decided to keep the f pawn and black took the b pawn. After bishop e5, well, if rook b3, you're going rook c3, and then so rook e2, rook c7 played, and well, I mean, not 100% easy for white, not absolutely trivial, but if you play something like rook e3, I go king h4 into g5, take this one, it's going to be a win in the end. Seer-Viridithas played g5, after king f2, rook e4, bishop d6 check. Rook d7, bishop b4. This pawn's defended. This pawn is stymied here. So basically, Seer now can just go after all the pawns. And well, as if by magic, black's just ended up with 3 isolated pawns that can just be easily captured. And 30 moves later, Seer won the game. Yeah, I just really liked the whole thing. Really, it was just I think I was just a bit surprised playing through the game because obviously I played through the game quickly, and I saw that white looked much better, and then this counterplay happened, and then you blink a little bit and you just see a position where white's just a piece down, and you think, hey, wait, what happened there? Did white did white get something wrong? And then it just turns out that it's all just been beautifully calculated, and actually, these pawns on e5 and d6, they're not just costing black one piece, they're costing black 2 pieces. And somehow hard to visualize that from the start. But yeah, very, very interesting game from very strong engine, Seer, and yeah, just glad I came across that one just completely by accident. So there we are. If you enjoyed that video, I hope you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel. Take a look at my new books, full of good stuff like this. And otherwise, thanks very much for watching, and keep your eyes peeled for the next videos. Thanks for watching.